up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back, and sorry it's been a late video, but we're releasing it right at 1 here, so you can get it out there and see who we're picking this week. But it's week 7 already, almost halfway through the season. And speaking of halfway through the season, Ethan is up 1 game on me, as we almost hit the halfway mark. As last week he took the lead, taking his Steelers, which was a big pick to put him over the top.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a good second half of the season, man. I'm excited to see who's going to win this $20. Hoping it's going to be me, though.
Nah, gotta be me. But last week, B Corb coming in last, not looking good right now. As he was going for Jerry. I didn't know which Jerry he was going for, the second week or the 4th week, but looks like he was going for the 4th week Jerry, as now B Corb is officially our last place guest picker. And Ethan, you want to talk about your Steelers here?
Yeah, we got a bye week this week. It's gonna be Steelers, Jags, Bills, Vikings, Chargers, and Cowboys on the bye this week. So a lot of interesting teams are off this week. So makes it for a shorter week this week in the NFL.
Our Thursday game, we both took the Browns. They won there with pretty much an injury game, kind of hard to watch. But they still got it done. And then our first game today, we got the Packers in Washington. I'm going with Green Bay just because right now it looks like they can't be stopped. And this Washington defense was supposed to be a top 10, and now they're 31st out of 32 teams in the league. So expect Aaron Rodgers and company to have a big day.
Yeah, I agree. That defense should look to get it going again, but I'm not seeing it this week. I'm taking the Packers as well. The next game, we got the Chiefs and Titans. Definitely the best game out of all the 1:00 games. We're both taking the Chiefs. It's hard to pick against the Chiefs right now, especially you don't know if they're going to play good or bad, but I mean, you really can't pick against them, against the Titans. I think they're just a better team.
And one thing about what you said is you can't pick against them is this offense is still, I think, top 3 in the league right now. And their defense has been a little less than average, and that's kind of been hurting them. But what's really been hurting them is Mahomes, honestly. His interceptions are way up than what he's normally been doing. And if they can limit the turnovers, this team could probably not lose a game from here on out. I mean, honestly.
Right. But also, you got to think there's a few interceptions that were tipped.
Right.
Or I feel like he's probably he's probably got 2 interceptions less than what or more than what he actually deserves right now.
Another 1:00 game is you got the Dolphins, who have lost 5 straight, I believe, and the Falcons coming off a bye. In this video, I was going with the Dolphins here, just as kind of like a mini upset, but I think I'm switching. I'm going with the Falcons. They may say on paper I'm taking the Dolphins, but I'm going with the Falcons. And I just think Matt Ryan and company are going to have a good day as the Dolphins are continuing to slide.
Yeah, I think that's a good switch on the pick. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it just because I'm going to stay with it. I have faith in the Dolphins, because I picked them as the second place team earlier this year in this division. So this is a must-win game for them if they want to do that. Falcons coming off a bye should be a very tough matchup for them, though, and I could definitely see the Falcons winning this one. Our next game, we got the Jets and the Patriots. We're both taking the Patriots as a 7-point favorite here. Jets just really don't have much going for them right now, and Patriots have been looking a little bit better. The offense has been moving more smooth, so look for Mac Jones to keep that rolling this week.
Another 1:00 game. We got the Panthers and Giants, and this isn't probably the most interesting game, I would say, just because the Panthers have lost 3 straight, and the injury-riddled Giants, they're who knows who's even playing for them nowadays. But I think this is a game that the Panthers have to win, and you could say the same, obviously, for the Giants, just looking at their record, but the Giants, they could really be 3-3, 4-2. Honestly, they've lost so many close games, and they hang around. But this Panthers team, I don't know. It's just kind of hard to pick against Sam Darnold and his weapons versus Daniel Jones and his weapons. So that's why I'm going with the Panthers.
Yep, I agree with that. That's exactly why I'm going with the Panthers as well. This next 1 o'clock game, we got the Bengals and Ravens. This might be one of the best. This is definitely gonna be one of the better games. I'm going with the Ravens because they've honestly looked unstoppable. Because the way Lamar's been playing, better than his MVP season, he's been throwing a little bit better, a lot better actually. So I just think this is a better overall team. But the Bengals do have a shot in this game. It's going to be a good AFC North rivalry. So it's going to be exciting.
And then at 4 to kick off the 4 o'clock game slate, we got the Raiders and Eagles. And I'm going with the Raiders just because this team, they're kind of hot right now. So ever since Gruden's been gone, that kind of lit a torch under them, and they united together. As I said last week, we'll see how this Raider team plays with Gruden gone in their first game, and they came out, guns a-blazing, and no signs of slowing down there. But I think Carr's going to keep it going against the struggling Eagles team and move to 5-2.
I'm going to go with the Eagles in this one. I think only a 3-point favorite for the Raiders is, I think that's fitting just because of the head coach firing. They played good last week beating the Broncos, but I just don't see that sustaining. I think the Eagles have a much better run game, and they can move the ball more efficiently. So I'm gonna take the Eagles.
Ooh, for all my Lions fans out there, 15-point favorites. I think it's 16 now before we made this video, but the reuniting, Goff coming back to LA. It's more of a revenge game for Goff than it is Stafford. Just because, bad blood right before Goff got traded to the Lions for Stafford. And we're both going with the Rams here in a blowout win. I mean, there's no really explanation. But Lions fans, this is the game that you normally would win. Like, this is because no one sees, you win in every game, every one of these games. And then somehow every year there's always some upset that they pull off. And,
Right.
This is the game they win out of all the games. But who knows? You never know.
Same situation sort of with this one. Texans Cardinals. It really shouldn't be a close one. Cardinals looked really good last week against the Browns. And JJ Watt saying it, maybe we're just better than everyone else. That's why they're winning. I don't know. I think they might be. The offenses look really good and the defenses look really good, much better from last year. And they've been playing like a 6-0 team, and they should get it done this week against the Texans.
And not to get too ahead of ourselves here, but Thursday night football next week, you could have the Cardinals, who could potentially be 7-0, versus Green Bay, who's could be 6-1. That could be the leader for the NFC right there. And at 4:25, I believe, to close out the 4 o'clock window, you got the Bucks and Bears. Tom Brady with all his weapons. Antonio Brown out though, and who else is out? Gronk's still out.
Gronk's out, yeah.
But it won't even matter because they got guys who can step up. You got Scotty Miller, Tyler Johnson, OJ Howard, who had a breakout game last week. Guys that you forget about because they still have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette. This team just keeps reloading, and I expect the Bucks to win big here.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that. I think the Bears defense could make it interesting at the start, but Bucks should definitely win this one. And for our Sunday night game, we got the Colts and the 49ers. I'm personally going to take the 49ers at home. I think with Jimmy G coming back this week, I think he'll play a much better role than Trey Lance did as of right now. I think he's just a better established quarterback. And I think that's going to lead them to winning this game against the Colts. Colts have looked really good. They have looked decent. They look a little bit better, but I'm taking the Niners in this one.
I think this Colts team, if they can win this game, I think they'll squeak in the playoffs. Not to get too ahead of myself here, but Carson Wentz is starting to pick it up after the first getting back into a new system, reuniting with his old coach, but he's starting to pick it up to where he used to be, and if they can get people healthy on the Colts, T.Y. Hilton's out today, or he'd be out tonight in this game. But he can get, if he gets completely healthy and Paris Campbell's healthy, Michael Pittman can stay healthy, Jonathan Taylor stays healthy. Like this offense is pretty dang good.
Yeah.
And the defense is supposed to be a top 10 defense. And this is a team definitely to look out for in the later half of the season. Just because that division, could be up in the air. If Tennessee could lose this week, and the Colts win, I think they're only one game behind.
1 or 2 games back. Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely something to look into. But for our Monday night game, gonna be kind of an interesting game. Normally it would be Drew Brees versus Russell Wilson, but 1 year after that, you have Geno Smith and Jameis Winston, just because Wilson hurt, Brees retired, and it's just not building up the same hype as it normally would be. But I'm gonna go with the Saints here, just because I think Kamara is gonna have a huge day and take over this game.
Yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks. I think I think playing the 12th man here in Seattle is going to be huge for them. They still play good football with Geno Smith, and sometimes you need mistake-free football instead of what Jameis Winston can do. So my prediction is some turnovers from the Saints, capitalized by the Seahawks, and I think the Seahawks are going to win it in a close one at home. But that'll do it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Next week is the Week 8 picks. Keep getting closer to that middle of the season. But until next time, Better Buddies are out.
She never called back.